Welcome, I'm SuperSynapse, and I'll be your guide today for many of the incredible things you can do with non-fungible domains, as they are so much more than an on-chain vanity name. Over the next few minutes, you'll learn how to create an NFD, receive assets without ASA opt-ins using vaults, link verified and unverified addresses, connect your social accounts, search the marketplace like a pro, and find out what's happening on the platform. Before we get started, do note there are chapters in the video to help navigate to the topics you're most interested in, as well as many useful links we have included in the video description. The first of which is docs.nf.domains, which covers all of the content in this video and more. And that leads us to our first topic, connecting a wallet. If you don't have an Algorand wallet, we have provided links in the description to Pera and dfly for ease of research. Once you have a wallet created and have added algo to it, go to the NFD website app.nf.domains, link in the description. Here you can see the website is intuitively laid out. We have tabs to navigate, resources such as the docs we'll be frequenting, links to our socials, a search bar if you want to look up an NFT, a gear icon to change our theme, and a Connect Wallet button. If it's your first time, I'd recommend taking a quick tour as well. For now, we're going to start by connecting our wallet, and in my case, I'll be using Pera to start. Once I scan the QR code with the mobile app and connect, we can see I am now connected here. If desired, we can connect a second wallet. I'll do this with dfly and go through the same process. And now I have the option to choose which wallet is active by seamlessly switching between them. I'm going to disconnect my dfly wallet as I only want to use my Pera wallet for this process. In this window, we have a few features. I can copy my wallet address, see my algo balance, choose my primary NFD, manage NFDs, send assets between my wallet and vaults, and even send or withdraw funds from Coinbase. Pretty awesome. To start off, let's mint an NFT. I'll type in the NFT name I'd like and see if it's available. And it is. Very nice. A few quick notes. The price is denoted in dollars, so as algo goes up or down in value, as it often does, the dollar price remains the same. When creating an NFT, we can make a name with anything we want using letters A to Z and numbers 0 to 9. So no capital letters and no special characters or punctuation. Additionally, minting prices will vary based on how many characters it has, the lower character counts costing more, as well as premium tagged names, which are usually common or significant words. But if a name is taken or too expensive due to low character count or premium, we have a list of recommended domains which is really useful to view our options. As a general rule, by lengthening our name, we can open up our availability and reduce our cost. Once we have a domain we want, we can go through the simple process of minting and claiming. If for some reason you get interrupted after minting and before claiming, the NFD will be reserved for your wallet to claim at a later time. Another option we have here as well is to mint a segment. This is any name that has a second dot in it. For example, ilovenfds.coop.algo, ilovenfds.barb.algo, and ilovenfds.voy.algo. These are commonly used for communities who want a unique shared identity, to fundraise a cause, and in some cases, speculate on potential airdrops. But in every other way, it's identical and has all usability of a non-segmented domain called a root. Although minting a segment is usually something you do because you're already in that community, by going to the Analytics tab and clicking Segments, we can see the top segments currently on Algorand, and I've used this myself in the past as a discovery tool. A quick note, root domains have to be unlocked by the owner in order to be publicly minted, and the price to mint is set by that root owner, who, depending on the price and volume, will get a share of the segments minted. We can see in this list that some of the roots are locked, and if I try to mint one, we'll get this response. Next, let's check out the marketplace. This is the best place to find more desirable domain names which have already been minted, or to potentially scoop one up for cheap. By default, For Sale is active, so all we are seeing is NFDs that are listed for sale. And above that, we have the ability to change how applicable NFDs are organized in the dropdown. On the right side, we can add additional filters. Let's check out 4-character names below 1000 algo. Alright, that's pretty cool. This time, I want to see if there are any really cheap segments. I'll clear all my filters and add unlocked segment roots. I kinda like this one, and $4 is a great price. I'll click on the icon, enter my desired name, and then I can go through the minting process just like I did when we were minting before. I can also see my segment is now populated in the segments below. For larger collections, this is also a great place to see what other segments have been minted, as well as find more information about the root owner. Now that we have an NFD, let's check it out. I'll go to my wallet, manage NFDs, and we can see it is in my collection. This is a great time to go ahead and set our deposit address. By default, the wallet that holds the NFD will be the default address. To show this, I'll send one algo from my wallet to my NFD. And you can see how algo, or any assets I've opted into, will pass through by default to my wallet that's holding it. So to prove that again, I can do this with another token, like USDC. However, if I haven't opted into a token, they can still be sent to my NFD's vault, which I'll cover more in the vault chapter of this video. So I have a few options here. First, I could leave it as is on the default setting as we saw before. Second, I could choose to add an unverified address, which will take precedence over the default of the wallet it's held in. Or third, I could set my primary address, which takes precedence over the other two, and is a more official setting that I want this NFD connected to my wallet. Let's walk through those options. To set an unverified address, I'll click on the Unverified tab and paste in another Algorand address into the Algorand address fill and sign the transaction. This is primarily intended to link this NFD to an account you aren't able to sign for. Things like contract addresses, accounts on different networks, or watch accounts. While we're here, do note you can do this for other blockchain addresses in the crypto address fill to show your accounts on other chains. Just realize these are all unverified accounts, meaning anyone can paste in any address and sign the transaction. For purposes of sending to and from, the NFD can be trusted as the owner of the NFT is explicitly setting this account to receive funds. However, for reverse address lookup, things like block explorers that see your addresses and look to associate it with an NFD, these unverified addresses can't be trusted. This is so people can't impersonate others or tag addresses they don't actually own. Once cross-chain wallets support NFDomains, people could send any crypto using NFDs. However, until NFDs offer verified addresses for other blockchains aside from Algorand, NFDs can't be completely trusted as verified identities. If we go back to the Verified tab, I can officially set my address as the primary address on the dropdown and sign the transaction. This verifiably proves that I can sign for this account and that this NFD can be trusted to represent this address. Setting a verified deposit address will now supersede the default deposit address and any unverified addresses I may have as my deposit addresses. One clarification: the only way to have your wallet address appear on Explorers as your NFD is for the address to be verified. Otherwise, people could troll others by adding their addresses to any NFD they don't own. If I'm using a wallet like Pera or DFly that allows me to connect multiple wallets, I can add more than one verified address. Let's see what that looks like. I'll log out of my account and connect again using my Pera wallet, which has 2 accounts in it, and select both of my wallets in the application. Then I'll go back to Manage NFDs and the NFD I want to verify on, and by selecting Link Addresses, I can now link multiple accounts. Likewise, I can also unlink these addresses by clicking the Unlink Address button. Creators who have multiple collections may want to verify all of the collection accounts in their personal NFD. This can then verifiably prove this artist has created these projects, even if the projects were all minted from different wallets. You can quickly view this by going to Jenna.algo, Assets tab, and looking at Created. This makes it easy for artists to self-verify their own projects instead of needing to submit applications on marketplaces and be verified. Here, they can do this themselves, completely permissionless. Now that we have set our verified address, let's set one of our NFDs as our primary NFD. This means that if I have multiple NFDs linked to the same account, I can choose which one gets displayed in reverse lookups, like Explorers. If I go to my connected wallet and click Set Primary NFD, in this dropdown, I can easily choose the NFD I want displayed as my primary and sign the transaction. To further add to your on-chain identity, another feature is to connect social accounts to your NFD. To do that, choose Metadata on the inner sidebar, and you can see we have lots of fields we can add. And most of them only require adding in the desired info, and when you're done, clicking Update Metadata at the bottom of the page and signing the transaction. Certain fields like Twitter, Discord, Telegram, GitHub, domain, and email have optional verification. Let's go through that process for the main ones: Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. Now, if I go to the top of the page and go to the Verification tab on the inner sidebar, we can see further steps to verify. For Twitter, I'll click Verify and go through the 3-step process. I'll hit Next and allow it to send a tweet. And after a few seconds, click Confirm. Now we see a verified field for Twitter, and at this point, you can delete that verification tweet if desired. For Telegram, we likewise click the Follow the Instructions link. In the new tab it opens, click Send Message and open in Telegram Desktop. There, I'll click Start in the opened chat, copy my ID, go back to the Metadata tab we were in before, and paste this ID into my Telegram fill area and update metadata. Then, going back to Telegram, type in /verify and your NFD name. If we go back to the Verification tab and refresh the page, we can see our Telegram is now verified. If you don't see this immediately, check back in a minute or two. Discord is likewise a similar process. I'll click on the Follow the Instructions link and go through the server onboarding process. Once you've done that, or if you're already in the NFD Discord, go to the Verify NFD channel and type /verify space get-id and hit enter. From here, I'll copy my ID, go back to the Metadata tab, paste it into the Discord fill area, update metadata, and sign the transaction. Next, I'll go back to the Verify NFD channel in Discord and type verify confirm and include my NFD name in the additional field and send. Back in the Verification tab, if we refresh the page, we should now see all 3 accounts are verified. Let's go a step further and add an avatar and banner. I'll go to Manage NFDs. I'll choose the one I just set as my primary NFD, but you can do this with any of them. Go to Manage in the Verified Addresses window and select Metadata in the sidebar. Here, I can update my avatar as well as add a custom banner. I think I'll upload an image from my avatar and sign the transaction. I'll also create the banner from one of my NFTs in my wallet. There we go. That's pretty cool. Now, anywhere that is integrated with the NFD images will show them. For instance, let's check out my NFD on the allo.info Explorer, link in the description. Here, we can see my NFD supersynapse.instructor.algo displays my avatar, and if I paste in my wallet address, it's also represented with my NFD. My profile picture and social info is displayed as well. Alright, let's move on to using our vault. Vaults are distinct Algorand accounts associated with our NFDs, and these accounts have the ability to auto opt-in to assets that are sent to them. So for instance, if I wanted to send a token or NFT to a friend and they haven't opted into it, I would not be able to until they first manually got the ASA number and opted into it in their wallet. And this quickly becomes an issue, especially from people you may not have direct contact with who want to send you an airdrop unannounced. However, that all changes with the NFT vault. As long as I leave it unlocked, by default, anyone can send anything to my NFD. The sender always needs to pay the transaction fee and the increase in the vault's minimum balance requirement to prevent spam. The benefit is, if you're sent an asset you don't want, you can send it back to the creator and keep the 0.1 algo they had to give you for MBR. From the main page, if I go to my wallet, Manage NFDs, select my NFD, and then go to the Assets tab, and then the Vault tab, I can now see items people have sent to me that I haven't opted into. First, I can leave them here, kind of like a spam folder in my inbox, and if I no longer want to be able to receive these airdrops, I can lock my vault and sign the transaction. Second, I can send these items from my vault to my address. This can be done by clicking on the asset I want and then move to Deposit Account. And as part of the transaction, my wallet will opt in automatically to receive them. However, in my circumstance, I'd like to keep my main wallet neatly organized like I have it currently, and I'm going to send these to another wallet where I like to hold meme coins in my higher risk portfolio. To do that, I'll choose one, and then click Send, and either send it to my Degen NFTs vault, or a wallet address that I've already opted into this asset with. In this case, I'll pass these on to my Degen vault and use my NFD there to opt in and transfer at a later time. Another cool feature is to set up notifications in your wallet app whenever your NFD's vault receives an asset. I'll show you this in Pera and in dfly. I'll first copy my vault address at the top left. Do note, this is different from the wallet address the NFD is linked to. With that address copied, I'll go to my Pera account and click the plus icon, Watch Account, Create Watch Account, and then here I can paste my vault address and name it. Now we can see the vault is listed and also the notifications when I send something to it. In dfly, I'll go to my accounts, click the plus icon, Contact, and then paste my vault address and name it. Likewise, we can also see our vault as well as a notification when I send something to it. Sending from vaults is currently only possible through the NFD app, but hopefully dfly and Pera will integrate this feature soon so users can freely send and receive assets in their vaults. Keep a lookout for any announcements from them in the future. Now let's look at listing an NFD on the marketplace. The listing process is fairly straightforward. From the main page, if I go to Manage NFDs and choose any NFD from my collection, you'll see a List for Sale button at the top of the page regardless of which menu you are in. Once we're there, we can make a sale price and list it for sale. Do be aware that listing an NFT for sale will remove all metadata, such as social accounts and verified addresses, etc. But any assets still in the vault will be transferred in the sale with the NFD. So if you want to sell an NFT, it's a good idea to check your vault for anything you may want to remove before you list it for sale. We can easily check that from this page, as well as the vault page we were at earlier. Once I'm ready to list my NFT, I'll sign the transaction, and now it's on the marketplace for anyone to buy. As a good ending note, let's check out the analytics tool we touched on earlier when minting a segment. We can navigate to this at any time from the sidebar of the website. Here we have access to lots of great information about NFDs, the sale history, leaderboard, donations for different causes, influencers in the community if you're interested in finding great projects or people, segments, which I've used as a discovery tool many times to find new projects and projects gaining community members. And finally, the consensus page, which I have a feeling will become a lot more relevant as Algorand moves towards incentivized nodes. Another note you may come across with NFDs. Non-Fungible Domains has announced plans to move from a one-time purchase model to a yearly renewal model to deter domain squatters and build a more long-term, sustainable economic model for the protocol. As of recording, users are still able to mint for a one-time fee, but this will be changing very soon, potentially already depending on when you're watching this video. NFTs purchased while still a one-time payment model will be grandfathered in to lifetime ownership and will not need to pay yearly renewals. And when this update happens, you'll be able to see a badge marking those NFTs as legacy. For NFTs minted or upgraded, you'll see an expiration date in the details. And that's it for this video. If you have any further questions, join the Discord and say hi to the team like fisherman.algo, patrick.algo, and doug.algo. Thanks for watching. Super Synapse signing off.